If you've been hunting for earphones that promise high-end sound quality without breaking the bank, you might have stumbled upon the TRUTHEAR CRINACLE Zero Red. On the surface, it looks like the perfect match, boasting advanced tech and a snazzy design for just $64.99. But here's what surprised me. This earphone isn't quite what it claims to be. You'd expect every feature to deliver on the hype, right? However, the truth is more complicated. Today, I'll take you on a no-nonsense, deep dive review of the Zero Red to uncover the real deal behind those premium specs, and to see if they live up to the 4.4-star rating on Amazon. Stick around because what I found might just change how you shop for budget audiophile gear. At first glance, the Zero Red boasts some impressive tech specs that scream audiophile quality. It uses a dual polyurethane suspension, composite liquid crystal dome diaphragm, coupled with a double-cavity internal magnetic circuit dynamic driver. Sounds fancy. That's because it is. Normally, tech like this is reserved for earphones priced 2 or 3 times higher. On top of that, the designers have employed DLP 3D printed cavities, a technique usually saved for high-end multi-driver earphones or custom in-ear monitors. This means the build isn't just run-of-the-mill. It's trying to push limits in manufacturing precision. They even copper-plated the silver cable with an unusually thick single strand to maximize signal delivery and durability. Seems like a combo engineered to wow audiophiles and casual listeners alike. But do these features translate to a superior listening experience? The product description promises a sandwich-like cavity design, layering the front cavity, decorative panel, and glue filler for tight seams. The dual dynamic drivers measure 10 and 7.8 respectively for balanced sound reproduction. Compared to the standard Zero model, the Red version boasts a different inner configuration, aiming to optimize objective sound performance. These sound like serious upgrades for a sub-$70 earphone. Yet, after testing and gathering both professional reviews and user feedback from Amazon, some glaring issues emerge. First, let's talk about comfort and fit, because no matter how good the sound, if your ears hurt or the earphones slip out during a jog, you're wasting your money. The Zero Red's design is sleek and lightweight, but the outer shell can feel slightly bulky for smaller ears after prolonged use. It tries to counter this with ergonomic shaping and soft silicone tips, but some users mention discomfort after an hour or so. Not a deal-breaker, but definitely something to keep in mind if you prefer earphones for long listening sessions or workouts. Fun fact: my cat walked off with one earbud, so if you're a pet owner, maybe keep these away, unless your cat's after a music upgrade. Now onto sound quality, the most critical aspect. The dual dynamic driver setup attempts to deliver a wide frequency range with clear highs, punchy mids, and decent bass. In theory, it's perfect for genres like jazz, classical, and hip-hop. Objectively, the measured soundstage is better than many earphones in this price bracket. The copper-plated silver cable also reduces loss in signal transmission, contributing to a cleaner sound. However, in practice, the audio is somewhat uneven across different volumes. At lower volumes, the highs can sound slightly harsh, and bass lacks the depth you would expect from dual drivers. Increasing the volume improves warmth and fullness but introduces distortion, especially during complex tracks. It's like they packed a gourmet recipe but forgot the seasoning. Something to note: the handmade glue dropping and capping process ensuring a sealed internal cavity is a neat touch, usually seen in custom EMs. It does aid in reducing external noise leakage, but the passive noise isolation isn't extraordinary. Fans of active noise cancellation may feel a little disappointed if they expect silence on par with premium models. Still, the Zero Red does a better job than average earbuds in noisy environments, such as on the subway or bustling streets. Before we move further, who exactly is the TRUTHEAR CRINACLE Zero Red designed for? If you're a budget-conscious audiophile who appreciates innovation and isn't ready to shell out $200 plus for earphones, this is a contender. Also, if you're new to multi-driver setups and want to explore, these offer a glimpse into advanced sound tech without risking a huge investment. However, if you're an audiophile purist or someone who prioritizes comfort and flawless sound clarity, you might want to keep scrolling. This earphone is a bit like a rom-com movie. You expect perfect chemistry, but sometimes the plot twists don't quite land. Now let's address the elephant in the room: durability. TRUTHEAR markets their Zero Red with a robust cable and careful assembly, and that shows in user reviews. Many report the cable's build quality is noticeably firmer than typical simple earphones, and the earphones themselves can withstand the daily grind without major issues. But some users have reported glue seepage inside the cavity after extended use, raising concerns about long-term integrity. Considering the glue is applied by hand, there's a slight inconsistency in manufacturing quality. It's like getting a sandwich from a fancy deli. Sometimes you get the best one, sometimes it's a little soggy. Let's take a pause for a quick joke to keep things light. Why did the earphones break up with the phone? Because they just couldn't connect. All right, back to business. The Zero Red also has a unique sound signature that sets it apart from other budget EMs. It leans towards a bright, slightly analytical tone, which many find refreshing. This makes vocals and instrumental details stand out, great for critical listening or podcast enthusiasts. But this brightness can be a double-edged sword. Some listeners find it fatiguing over long listening periods, especially if you prefer warmer, bass-heavy profiles. If you're an EDM or basshead fan, these might leave you craving for more thump. Think of it like ordering a pizza. You get extra cheese but no pepperoni, satisfying for some, disappointing for others. Another twist worth mentioning: the Zero Red doesn't come with a microphone or inline controls, which may surprise buyers accustomed to multifunction earphones. For those who want to answer calls or adjust volume on the go, this is a limitation to consider. It's clearly targeting users more interested in audio fidelity than smartphone convenience. So if you're juggling meetings and calls, maybe look elsewhere or keep these in your music-only bag. Just as we're hitting the 130-word mark again, here's a question to stew on. Could the Zero Red actually outperform pricier rivals? The answer depends on what you value most. In blind tests, some casual listeners preferred the Zero Red's clarity and detail over $100 models, but audiophiles often critiqued its mids and bass for lacking holistic balance. It's a classic case of good but not perfect. If you want the wow factor on a budget, it's a solid contender, but don't expect it to replace your luxury earphones anytime soon. For those curious about usage scenarios, the Zero Red pairs perfectly with portable DACs and higher-end sources. Plugging them directly into a smartphone or laptop might not unleash their full potential. Audiophiles who own gear like the FiO Q3 or similar external amplifiers will appreciate the headroom and sonic nuances. Casual users may find the difference less pronounced. It's one of those earphones that rewards spending just a little extra on supporting gear. Here's another joke to lighten the mood. What do you call an earphone that tells jokes? A real speaker. Okay, I promise that's the last one. Wrapping things up, the TRUTHEAR X CRINACLE Zero Red offers remarkable innovation for its price point. It incorporates high-end technologies like the liquid crystal dome diaphragm, dual drivers, and advanced cavity design that are rare to see at under $70. It brings clarity and detail that compete with much more expensive models. That said, it falls short in comfort, bass response, and volume consistency. Plus, the absence of mic and controls may deter those wanting all-in-one convenience. But here's the good news. If you're after an affordable way to step into serious audio tech, and you value build quality and detail over warm bass or long session comfort, the Zero Red delivers incredible bang for your buck. It's perfect for audiophiles on a budget, critical listeners willing to tweak settings, or hobbyists eager to experiment with multi-driver sound signatures. If you decide to give the TRUTHEAR XCRINACLE Zero Red a spin, check the link in the description below for the best Amazon price. It's a risk well worth taking if you want killer tech without spending hundreds. Remember, great sound comes at different price points. Sometimes you just need the right pair to unlock that magic. And with the Zero Red, that magic is real, just with a few quirks. In the end, buying earphones is about matching your personal preferences with the product's strengths. The Zero Red shines in areas many budget earphones can't touch, but it's not flawless. So go in informed and you might just discover a hidden gem that surprises you. Sound quality is subjective, but technical value here is undeniable. Plug them in, give them a chance, and enjoy the audio journey. Because sometimes the best sound isn't the one you expect, but the one that challenges you to listen closer.